2.73 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering number of new tech jobs that ServiceNow projects will be created by emerging tech like AI. And that's just in India alone by 2028. It's literally unprecedented. We're looking at a historic, massive surge in demand for talent, right? But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The bar for actually landing these high-paying roles, it has fundamentally shifted. Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer, which is essentially your definitive master guide to actually getting hired in the artificial intelligence industry in 2026. We are totally cutting through the hype today. We're going to look at the hard data, the real-world skills, and the exact strategies that hiring managers are frankly begging for right now. So here is the exact 5-step blueprint we're going to use to help you capture this massive career opportunity. First, the 2026 AI job boom. Second, the essential AI tech skills you actually need. Third, building a standout portfolio. Fourth, the irreplaceable soft skills. And finally, your ultimate career roadmap. All right, step 1, the 2026 AI job boom. We are right in the middle of a massive global race to integrate AI into literally every sector imaginable, from healthcare to education. And you really can't overstate the urgency here. Take a look at this specific NASSCOM statistic. They anticipate that India alone will need another 1 million professionals with AI skills by 2026. 1 million. We are talking about an exponential, rocket ship-level increase in demand for highly specific roles, especially machine learning engineers and data analysts. The opportunity is massive, for sure, but the window to catch this wave is opening right now. Moving on to step 2, essential AI tech skills. And spoiler alert, basic knowledge just isn't going to cut it anymore. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it reminds us you have to start at the bedrock foundations. Having a conversational, surface-level knowledge of AI, that simply won't get you hired. Before you even touch advanced models, you absolutely must go deep into programming, specifically Python, which is the undisputed standard for AI and ML. And yeah, I hate to break it to you, but you cannot skip the math. You need a rock-solid grip on linear algebra, statistics, and probability. It's literally the engine powering every single machine learning model out there. Okay, so once your foundation is locked in and you actually understand basic machine learning frameworks, the progression naturally moves straight into deep learning and neural networks. We're talking about the heavy hitters here. Artificial neural networks, CNNs for computer vision, modern transformers, the whole shebang. And if you're wondering where you should focus your energy for 2026, PyTorch is widely recognized as the absolute go-to, most popular framework for building these deep learning architectures. But here is the bleeding edge. This right here is where companies are aggressively hiring today. Modern AI, specifically large language models and agents. Employers are desperately looking for developers who can actually build agentic AI, fine-tune existing LLMs, and expertly construct RAG or retrieval-augmented generation systems using vector databases like Pinecone or Chroma. This is the absolute cutting-edge skill set that is commanding the most attention and the biggest paychecks in the job market. All right, let's pivot to step 3. Building a standout portfolio. Because knowing the tech is just half the battle. I need to give you a bit of a harsh truth right now. A GitHub repo full of polished Jupyter notebooks running basic sentiment analysis, it is not going to cut it. Check out this quote from industry experts at Project Pro. They hit the nail on the head. Nobody is hiring prompt engineers anymore. Nobody is impressed by yet another GPT chatbot. Hiring managers have seen like 1,000 generic API wrappers by now. They don't want model tinkerers. They want builders who can solve messy, complex business problems. Let's really look at the contrast between a generic approach and a truly high-impact one. The generic, solved problem approach is basically taking an audio file, running it through Whisper, and having a GPT wrapper summarize it. Yawn, right? The high-impact approach? That's building an end-to-end CRM sales call analysis system. This shows true product thinking. You aren't just playing with AI. You are addressing a massive real-world pain point, like sales managers needing actionable data from hours of chaotic audio. And you're dealing with messy data to actually pull it off. And this brilliantly illustrates what a robust, high-impact architecture actually looks like in practice. Step 1, you pull the raw data directly from a CRM. Step 2, run speech recognition, but you're actively building in noise handling and confidence scoring. Step 3, segment the call and use a transformer to tag intent and specific topics. And finally, step 4, securely push all of that into a manager's live dashboard. See the difference? That is a complete resilience system, not just a weekend script. Because at the end of the day, what hiring managers are desperately looking for when they review this architecture is production readiness. They want to know what happens when things break. Because in the real world, let me tell you, things break all the time. APIs time out, models hallucinate wildly, data gets chaotic. Does your system have fallback logic? Do you have retry systems for failed transcriptions? Are you using prompt versioning and detailed error logging? Proving your code can actually survive the absolute chaos of a production environment is what gets you the job offer.
Which brings us to a bit of a plot twist. Step 4, the irreplaceable soft skills.
So right when you think you've got the perfect technical formula figured out, recent data from the Adecco Group reveals something fascinating. As AI and automation take over routine tasks, the core human elements become literally irreplaceable. Think about it. Emotional intelligence builds trust and creates resilient teams. AI absolutely cannot do that. Adaptability is what lets a company survive totally unpredictable market conditions. And critical thinking? Sure, AI can process data at lightning speed, but it cannot navigate complex ethical value-based judgments. These soft skills are the true drivers of innovation. So, the crucial point is backed up perfectly by this incredible LinkedIn report statistic. Tech professionals with strong workplace soft skills get promoted 13% faster than those who only rely on their technical chops. Just let that sink in for a second. 13% faster. Your Python skills might get you in the door, but your emotional intelligence, your communication, your adaptability, those are your ultimate competitive differentiators. Okay, let's pull this all together. Step 5, your ultimate career roadmap. Let's move to this and see how this builds into a final actionable strategy. The final technical hurdle is mastering deployment. Look, the best AI system in the world is totally useless if it only lives locally on your laptop. You need to get comfortable deploying reliable apps with tools like FastAPI, containerizing everything with Docker, and pushing those solutions out to cloud platforms like AWS, GCP, or Azure. And beyond the code itself, you need to create a continuous loop of growth. Contribute to open source projects. It builds massive credibility. Build your personal brand on places like LinkedIn. Don't just build in secret. Share what you're learning. Stay relentlessly updated by reading papers, because this field literally changes every single month. And honestly, just keep building. Don't sit around waiting for perfection. Start solving real-life problems today. So, what does this all mean for you? It brings us to the ultimate provocative question you have to answer for yourself as you look toward this 2026 job market. Will you just tune models, or will you build actual solutions? The industry already has plenty of people who know how to call an API. What it desperately needs right now are resilient, adaptable systems thinkers who can transform messy real-world problems into massive business value. The opportunity is absolutely there. The door is wide open. Now it's time for you to go build.